I tell all the other guys, Obi, Tyrese, you know what I mean? A lot of the things that you preach to me and all the credit I'm getting for being this guy that put a battery in the team back or whatever the case may be, like, really all came from you.
Welcome back to the OGs. I'm your host, Mike Miller. Nah, let me stop. Killer, we miss you, boy. Welcome back to the OGs. I'm your host for today, OG, the original. But we got one in the building, another OG now. Was one of my young fellas, but he an OG now, one of the most feared men in the NBA, one of the realest in the NBA, and one of the best dressed because he got that on today. Woo-hoo-hoo.
You feel me? It's only right.
Yes,
It's
sir.
only right
My guy James Johnson in the building. Appreciate you, my guy.
Nah,
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
You know it's always an honor.
So you say this your first podcast?
First podcast ever.
Coming out for the OG. I appreciate you, dog. That's love. That's love, homie. That's love. So you have been highly requested. I just want you to know that. The city of Miami, because most of our guys, most of our fan base, a lot of people from Miami, Heat people, a lot of people from Miami, they love you down here, bro. So you have been highly requested, just to let you know that.
Nah, the city of Miami, they always embrace me. I always love being back. Never left. Always come back here every off season.
And y'all already know, man, the show wouldn't be complete without a message from the other OG, Mike Miller. So, Killer, talk to us.
What's up, OG family? Man, I'm sick I can't be there on this episode, man. My boy JJ in the building. Big time dude, man. UD's going to hold it down. I know he's got all for y'all, man. I'm sick I can't be there, but I am going to do this one thing. As a fan of JJ, I'm going to ask one fan question. All right? Fan question is, with me being off the set, who's the toughest dude on that set right now?
Oh, here he go.
Up for debate. See how it goes. Maybe y'all can just, spar it out or something.
We know it ain't you with that nice ass house you sitting in right now. We know it ain't you. That's why you decided to sit this episode out.
Yeah, he didn't want me to bring up none of those Memphis stories.
Yeah, that's who you want to decide to sit this episode out, so you can start some and stay home, huh? Hell no. It's JJ. I'm too old to be tough.
I'm throwing in the
I'm
white
gonna answer
flag.
that question for you.
OG, it's double
JJ.
OG.
Nah, it's
Double
JJ. I'm too old to be tough. I ain't got the stamina for it no more.
OG got all of Miami behind him. I'm out of here.
Nah, OG, love is love.
Love is definitely
I'm giving
love.
it to J. I'm saying it's JJ. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's JJ. That's what OG say.
I'm going with UD. OG, triple OG.
I guess the people at home will never know, but I bet you won't do one thing. You won't run up on us both. Tell you that. How about that? So, Cheyenne, Wyoming. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Obviously, you're here in Miami, but talk about your childhood and growing up in Wyoming and, all that. Because if I'm not mistaken, did you move to New York?
Nah, we moved to Wyoming.
You moved to Wyoming from New York?
Yeah, from Cali, actually.
From Cali?
Yeah, my pops that was where all that came from. But,
okay.
Out there was cool, man. It was really focused out there. There was no really big trouble out there. You can move around the streets and all that and not have to worry about watching your back everywhere you went. So, growing up out there, was a blessing in disguise. My mom hated it at first, but, my pops made it home and
that's what's up.
And that's what it was. But like I said, it definitely a blessing in disguise out there.
So it was 8 of y'all. Seven boys and one girl?
Right.
Damn, that's
all of us is in there.
So it's a lot of fights in the house.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah, that's how we handled everything.
That's how you still handle it, JJ. Yeah, that's how you still handle it.
Yeah, there was times where you be fighting with your brothers and then boom, pops come home, or you must not respect them enough, or you must think that you could whoop them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time you really talk back to somebody, or you disrespect somebody any kind of way. We was taught, So right to the gym, right to the ring, and handle that. Always ended out in hugs, but
yeah, hug it out.
Yeah, but you know, when you was younger, or if you took that beat, and you always held that.
Oh yeah, that stuck with you.
Yeah.
It stuck with you to the next time.
Yeah, that stuck with you for the next whooping you gave somebody else. You know, it probably wasn't even that person's fault.
Man, let me tell you something, because my pops was the same way. Like we handled it like men. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was any issues, but my pops won in the goddamn Hall of Fame for kickboxing. There's a difference. There's a difference now between my pops handling it like business and your pops handling it like business. So how was that? Because I heard some crazy ass stories. Your brother, everybody grew up, they feel like they could try their pops. Yeah, I got to that point where I tried my pops. I got my ass folded up real quick. It ain't last 30 seconds. So as you get older and you get to this point where you feel like you could try your pops, you like, I ain't with pops because I know what time it is.
At this point, you know, that's not even a thought. Like that's like a student trying to fight his sensei at the very end to prove something.
Hey, I would touch on that too, because
You know?
I heard a crazy story about one of your brothers, a student trying to fight his sensei, and he bowed and and took his eyes off pops.
God, yeah.
Can you tell that story for me real quick though?
Took his whole melon for real. Yeah, you know, brother was disrespecting moms. You know, and to my pops, that's like.
Yeah.
Thinking that you could beat him if you could disrespect your mom, let alone set aside moms. You know, that's like his wife, his woman now. You know what I'm saying? He took it in a different way, right? And so they went to the ring. They didn't even go in no ring. This wasn't even in no ring. I think it was just out in the front yard. It was just out in the front yard. They lined up, you know. And my brother thought he was gonna keep it, you know, keep it traditional, I guess. Keep it traditional, I guess. And he went for the bow. And when he bowed, he put his eyes right on the floor. And when he did that, my dad hit him so hard and so fast.
Ooh.
Right. I think when he dropped, he was like still folded a little bit. It was like one of those nasty.
Was it an uppercut or was it a kick? Was it a knee?
It was an uppercut.
Oh,
it was an uppercut, and it was a clean one too. And it was a quick pop. You know what I mean? It wasn't no like he could have really did you wrong, but it was more of like 2 lessons in one.
Hey, we got to pull that clip up when Tommy Hearns hit Martin with that uppercut and he flew out the ring. When Tommy Hearns hit Martin with that uppercut and flew out the ring. That's crazy.
I wish it could be that animated, but nah, it was like I said, he killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Taught 2 lessons with that 1 punch.
So, if I'm not mistaken, though, Pops was but Mom's was a disciplinary in the crib.
Right,
I did a little research on you, JJ.
Right,
I did a little research on you now, dog, before you pulled up.
Mom was the gangster for real. You know, Pops, he put that discipline down when it was needed, but most of the time, he really practiced what he preached when it came to like that self-control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That meditative state of mind type. You know what I mean?
Man, a few words.
Right, more actions than words for sure. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? We got the discipline from him, but the one we feared the most was definitely Ma Dukes. She was, like I said, she was the gangster in the household.
And your mom's has a background too in martial arts and different things like that.
Right.
Is that she started because of your father, or was she already involved in it?
Nah, she started with my father. Obviously, my father was teaching her brothers and all that.
Damn, that's real love. Hey, well, they don't make them like that no more. Hey, Faith, you'll do martial arts for me? You'll do martial arts for me, Faith?
Yeah. Nah, but yeah, so she got into it. Her brothers got into it.
That's beautiful.
And kind of showed her a different discipline as well. You know, my mom was out there, so.
And it's also a way to bond and connect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they say you work together, stay together.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. Sometimes.
Exactly. So how was that with moms? Because I heard she, it wasn't you, but it was one of your brothers or something.
Mom was famous with throwing things and being accurate.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Right. So you know, brothers would act up. My mom just quick reflex. She'll grab whatever's in her way, like anything around. She's grabbing that. First and foremost, let me tell everybody out. Yo, my parents was loving and daring and caring people for real.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Listen,
these are just part childhood stories.
Yeah,
man.
for
So,
sure. I got some
listen,
stories too. Like,
I
but
love
that's
my
love.
mother and father,
Look at
man,
that.
for sure. Like, don't worry about none of that. But she pick up anything that's in her vicinity, you know. So one time it happened to be a knife. And
butter knife or
a butter knife.
Okay,
yeah,
butter knife. Yeah, we throw them all the time.
That's one of many.
Yeah, we throw them all the time.
Objects flung across and hit.
It hurt.
Yeah, so when she picked that joint up and flung it, I don't think she realized what it was, or if she would even get lucky.
She just reacted.
Lucky enough to stick. You know what I mean? The sharp. If there is a sharp part of the butter knife, but it hit. It got my brother right here on the arm. She got another one of my brothers in the back with a fork. You know what I mean? Oh, man, like I said, she was accurate. But, yeah, Pops didn't really have to come home and discipline nobody. We was already shook.
So where basketball come? Because, I mean, you grew up martial arts, and since you were, when did you start martial arts? Like 5 or 6?
I didn't start playing basketball until late.
I'm saying martial arts, you started like 5 or 6.
Martial arts, yeah, I was like 5 or 6.
So where did basketball come?
I didn't even want to play any other sports. I didn't even care to play any other sports. I just wanted to fight and be the best at that for real.
So when did basketball come, and why?
Basketball came my best friend Tyrese Gadlin, man. Shout out Tyrese, but he was about to play in some 3-on-3 tournament. I think it was in Colorado. He was and then he was like, "You want to be on my team? You're tall." And I'm like, "Man, I don't play no basketball." You know what I mean? Like, I go fight people.
Oh, so your boy, he asked you that?
Yeah, he asked me if I wanted to go play. And
I
told him, like, any other time I played basketball was really just at the park.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I never really just went and it was organized, things like that. So it was 3-on-3 was the most organized thing I ever tried to do or whatever. And like I said, I told him I don't play no basketball, man. Like, that's for y'all. Like, I fight people. I got to go train. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, "Nah, you should come. It's this weekend. You should come. Just be on my team. Trust me, I'll help you out. You're big. All I need you to do is grab rebounds." Like I said, I don't even know what rebounds is. You know what I mean? Part of it.
So you ain't with the game at all?
Nah, I ain't even know basketball like that at all. I think I was like 12, 10, 11, 12. I was one of those. And then I went, and I was decent. I was grabbing rebounds. I was just more physical than the other kids. You know what I mean? I wanted that contact, all that. So we ended up doing well. We went to the championship game. I'll never forget this. We went to the championship game, and his sister had drew up a play. Mm-hmm. Tiffany Gatlin. Shout out Coach Tiff.
Shout out Coach Tiff.
She had drew up a play, and it had me getting the ball and just laying it in. So they ran this play. I set the screen, and when I set the screen, I slipped. When I slipped, I caught the ball. I was so open and so shook that I didn't know what to do with that joint. So I like traveled and then passed it. I'm like, I'm right here by the hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nothing. And then, oh man, that fire in me burnt different after that. You know what I mean? But even then, getting to middle school, never really played basketball. I went to alternative high schools to try to get it right, get grades right, whatever.
So when you say alternative high school, I mean you was a badass, JJ?
Nah, I wasn't. You know, I wasn't focused.
Okay.
I wasn't focused.
Okay.
I ain't know what it took. It was different. Like, you know, growing up being a fighter and all that. Like, I'm looking at like Mike Tyson. I'm looking at Lennox. I'm looking at, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mayweather even. I'm trying to be like that. I wasn't trying.
So you
I was about to get it fighting.
You want?
Yeah, that's it. I was about to get it fighting. I didn't know any other way.
So it was gonna be boxing, or was it gonna be kickboxing, or was it gonna be?
The kickboxing was back then. It was just so. Like, it wasn't really the occupation you would want like this day and age. Like 2024.
Yeah. If
it was booming like that, I probably would have never even picked up a basketball.
Really?
Probably would have never even picked up a basketball.
Wow, I can see that right now, boy. God damn.
Yeah.
I don't want none of that. So anyway, fast forward. If you ain't started till 12,
then
and
I didn't play no
you
more.
had your your maturation and the way you picked up the game had to really move fast, because you was when you got to Wake Forest, and Wake Forest don't just recruit anybody.
Right.
So you had to get nice with that, with the quickness.
Right.
So once you got in and you traveled and blew the money, after that you said I don't never want to feel like this again.
Never. You know what I mean? It was even a bigger feeling than I ever got from any fight. For real. I was still training hard, but like the feeling of how I lost it from my guys was different, because fighting is just you versus that man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got your team that trains and all that, but at the end of the day, you jumping in that joint alone.
So you're right about that. And I tell people all the time, like in NBA and basketball, you can lose a step and you got 4 other guys out there, and you can manipulate the game if you're smart enough and you're mentally tough enough.
Right.
You lose a step in boxing. You lose a step in kickboxing.
Yeah.
That's your ass, Jack. That's your ass, Jack.
That results in a 10 count.
Man, I'll tell you, we done seen some of the greatest, man. Once they lose that step, it's like it's the quickest decline that you'll see, like from the top. And all of a sudden, it's like getting knocked out 2, 3, 4 times. That ain't no joke. I don't want no parts of that.
Respect the hell out that fighting business.
Yo, what time is it? Game time. Yo, what's up, people? You know what time it is. Football is finally here, which means endless NFL games these next few months, and there's no better place to get tickets than Game Time. They make all your tickets fast and easy. Me, myself, I'm already looking forward to going to the game again. Checking out my Dolphins. Fans up, baby. Game Time picks filters through all the fluff. Only thing you got to worry about is incredible deals, great seats. You don't have to waste no time searching through thousands of bad tickets. Me, personally, I'm extremely impressed with how Game Time Picks selects the deals for you without having to waste any time digging around. The curation makes it easier to save more on the football games and any event you want to go to. Take all the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. That's code OGs for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download Game Time today, and just remember what time I said it was. It's still game time, baby. Yeah. So, Wake Forest, Jeff Teague, you, if I'm not mistaken, was you rookie of the year in that league, or freshman team? And
yeah, freshman team.
Freshman team. You led the team in rebounding.
I made one of the ACC teams. I don't remember.
You made the ACC team. You led the team in rebounding. You had a hell of a career there. But talk about Wake Forest getting out of your element. So you leave. That's in North Carolina.
Yeah.
So now you leave Wyoming. You go to North Carolina. And you get there. What that's like? That got to be
Is
it a culture shock?
Nah, it was calm. Like, you know what I mean? I traveled everywhere and fought. So, you know what I mean? Seeing different people, different ethnicities, that was calm to me. Like, you know what I mean? Now I'm just in a different place trying to mess this place up a little bit.
So who recruited you? Who was coaching Wake Forest then?
Pat Kelsey.
Pat Kelsey.
Pat Kelsey, head coach for the Louisville right now.
Yeah. So when he come to the crib and he come see you, what'd he say? What'd he say to you and your parents? Because your parents ain't with
like,
your parents got to be no nonsense.
Yeah,
you can't come in here with that coach.
Yeah, coming to my house and recruiting was like I respected that from them. You know what I mean? It's not an easy place to come to. It's not, you know what I mean, come around my house and all that. But yeah, when they came there, I had a different kind of respect for them for sure.
Yeah.
And the workout was cool too. I went to my high school, did it alone, played against some local guys, and that was it. You know, I knew I wanted to go to Wake Forest as soon as I went there though. That recruiting visit was cool. Ish Smith.
Ish was there? Shout out Ish, man.
Yeah.
Ish, man.
Was a freshman when I was on my recruiting visit.
Really?
Yeah, so sophomore my freshman year. So yeah, that's my man Ish. I even stayed at that man's crib before, so I got picked up at the airport in Charlotte. And he scooped me because he lives in Charlotte.
That's
obviously
love.
From Charlotte, yeah. So then he took me to school from there, or whatever. But
Ish a real OG, man.
yeah,
real
that's
OG.
my brother.
So at Wake Forest, you and Jeff Teague and everything that's going on, how does that go for you? Obviously, you had a hell of a successful career. You end up going and getting drafted. We're going to get into that. So Wake Forest, how long was you there for?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, 2 years. I was there for 2 years. Two great years. We thought we had a chance that second year, especially getting Al Farouk. You know what I mean?
Al Farouk.
Yeah, our team was like that. You look at it on paper and then you see what happened, you wouldn't believe it, but
But I don't know why.
I mean,
obviously, I seen
those,
Jeff.
Those Cinderella stories.
Yo, you was nice though. Don't know how nice you was with it. Like you could play 1 through 4. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even a little bit of 5. You know what I'm saying? What was your position in college? What, they let you play everything?
Yeah, I played everything. But like I said, we had Ish and we had Jeff, so handling the ball was only on rebounds for real. It wasn't like I had to come up, get us into a set or anything like that. You know what I mean? I had that, but wasn't needed.
Was Jeff as funny and as outspoken as he is now?
Yeah, nah,
Jeff funny as now, bro.
Jeff was super quiet until like you're around him. You know what I mean? Like he's not one of those outgoing dudes when you first meet Jeff. Yeah. But then once you meet him, like, oh man, everything he says is hilarious.
Nah, he funny.
Everything he says
is funny. His storytelling is crazy.
Oh my God,
his storytelling is elite.
Exactly. So those stories that he be telling us about Indy when he came up to Wake, oh, bro, I be like, yo, Indy ain't nothing to fuck with, bro.
nah, it ain't.
Yeah,
it's
still late. Yeah, it's still late. But you know what I mean? That's when I really found out like the true Indy, because you know I ain't really have no friends from Indiana before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to hear about where he came and all that, it was cool.
So 2 years go by. You made the decision to come out. What you do? You call your people, call Pops, say, Pops, I'm thinking about making that move. What you think?
Nah, hell nah. Soon as we lost here in Miami too, to Cleveland State. Crazy, I even said that out loud. Yeah.
Was that Norris Cole?
Yo.
Was that Norris Cole? Was that Cold World?
Yo, that was him too. Yeah.
Damn, shout out Cold World.
Yeah, shout out Norris, bro. He a good guy too. But yeah, his team ended up clipping us. After we lost that, I didn't even come back.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't even go back to Wake. Started that process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Went up and started training in LA immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, so that process was crazy too. I met DeJuan Summers, really got to hang out with Wayne Ellington.
Weezy.
Yeah.
Shout out Weezy, real one.
That, like I said, to this day I still think that Earl Clark, you know what I mean, DeJuan Summers, like some of these dudes were some of the best I ever played against till this day.
I mean, and you still got relationships with, obviously, Weez. You still got relationship with Earl's your guy, so you still got relationship with those guys and bonds that you ain't know, but them gonna probably last forever.
OD. Like his kids is my niece and nephews, man.
That's
like,
love.
Yeah.
That's love.
For sure.
So you get drafted, 16th by the Bulls, Chicago. How that? What's going through your mind as, okay, because it's moving fast, dog. You just started playing basketball at 12. Now you do 2 years of college, and now you getting drafted at 16th pick, and you going to the Chicago Bulls. Like, what's going through your mind? You processing all this shit? I ain't never fighting again unless I have to. And
that was exactly what it was. But it was like people's plan B was like, if this don't work out, I'll go overseas. Mine was like, I'm just gonna train to fight.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, if this don't work out, I'm gonna train to fight. But I knew that basketball and the business of basketball is definitely for me though. Like, just come here, the people I met, the teammates that I got the honor to play with, you for example. You know what I mean? But to get there with Luol Deng, you know what I mean? Joe Kim Noah, I had Kurt Thomas. You know what I mean? I had a lot of older examples coming into the league.
So when you was in college, I got to take a step back. Was you really though? I know you was playing basketball, but they say you was doing kickboxing tournaments and competitions while you was in college. You was really doing that, JJ?
Yeah, I was still competing and all that, but
how?
Set the fight. You know what I mean? I'm training.
So
anyway.
you still was training. So while you was going to class and doing college basketball practice and all that, you was still training?
It's still training. Like if you conditioning, if you moving your body, still training. That moving your hands and feet, that's in my DNA for real. Like I can go years without throwing a punch. Now if I jab, I feel like it's gonna be a perfect jab.
Yeah. Now I feel you. Now it's like riding a bike. So like riding a bike. I can go a little while without shooting a basketball, but boy, you put me in my spot.
Right.
Like riding a bike.
Right. A dunker shot automatic.
So you was doing competitions and you was undefeated, right? You ain't never lose, correct?
I ain't lose.
Even once you was in college and you wasn't training as much.
I ain't lose competitively. Like any like in the ring competitively, but like to brothers, to other students of my dad's, to uncles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sparring.
I got washed up. Yeah.
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be, though.
Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be. That's how you get better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you get better.
Yeah.
So Jeff wasn't lying when he said he seen you put them things on 3 months. Pause. Jeff wasn't lying when he said he seen you knock 3 motherfuckers out.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it, but things happen, circumstances happen.
Listen, we ain't no
Man,
bullies. Ain't
like
no bullies, and we
I-
ain't promoting
yeah,
violence.
exactly,
But you ran up on the wrong at the wrong time, and you got
Exactly.
what you was looking for. Whoever you
Yeah,
are
you
out there,
definitely
I
got your
see what
issue.
I see firsthand. We ain't gonna say no names once again, but I seen that shit.
That definitely
I seen
get
that
your
shit.
issue.
That was that quick.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said though, a lot of those stories and things like that I had to encounter in, you know what I mean, and bring up a James that I thought I buried a long time ago. You know what I mean?
So I thought I buried.
Those are just unfortunate circumstances for the others. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to talk about it because to me it's just the next one. You know what I mean? I don't brag about it. I don't try to pick it up or anything like that. But I do look out for my guys and people that I do genuinely love and rock with.
We know that.
You know what I mean? So
we know that.
if I feel like it's getting threatened in the area or any kind of things like that, I feel like I gotta react because it's more of a safety mechanism for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Respect.
things can get uglier if I just don't intervene. I could feel like so.
No, I agree. Once I start getting nervous, I swing first.
Exactly.
No, for real. If I feel like it's gonna go there, I'll be damned if I let you hit me first.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I'm definitely gonna hit you first.
So now you're in Chicago, young D Rose.
Yeah, young.
Quiet
D-Rose.
as hell, but
Man.
solid, a real one.
Man, you could say he was like Jeff.
Yeah,
You
really.
could say it was like Jeff, like very quiet until you meet him and start rocking with him, and then one of the funniest guys ever.
Really?
One of the funniest.
See,
guys
I
ever,
hear that
man.
all the time about D Rose, bro. But when you playing against him, he don't talk.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But he a real one. Well respected around the league, and I hear he got a hell of a personality. He funny as shit, but he don't talk during the games.
Bro, just sitting back and just being a rookie and knowing that you ain't gonna play that night was fine with me knowing that I got my work in, and now I'm about to watch the best basketball player in the league at this time. You hear me? The things that he was doing was so incredible.
Was that his MVP year?
That was a year before his MVP.
Before his MVP.
His MVP, yeah, I mean, he just picked up where he left off for real.
Yeah, boy. That shit was I ain't never seen no shit like that. That was crazy. I mean, he had everything.
Everything.
He had everything. Athleticism, handles, quickness, could shoot, could get to the basket. He had everything.
Everything. Yo, I'll never forget, we was in L.A., we just got done playing the Lakers, and we're walking back to our locker, and Bean just looked at him and was just like, God rest his soul, but Bean looked at him and was like, you a bad just like that.
You get the stamp from code.
Yo, that give me the chills, and he wasn't even talking to me. I was like, damn, my man is the one for real.
Man.
He's the one for real. And, you know, I mean, he always kept him humble, always got wild respect for D Rose. But like I said, he made those years where you weren't playing, like, exciting to still be at the game and watch and tune into the game. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of young guys now, they're not in the game and they're not even into the game.
Exactly.
And that's what really messes you up with, like, good comes the good type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Spo says it all the time when you pulling energy or you energy vamping. And, you know, you don't really see that until you know what that is. You know what I mean? Then you can kind of pick it up. So, young guys, if you out there watching, what you should be, the OG podcast is it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, what people don't know about you is you're a hell of a golfer.
I'm a golfer.
You a hell of a golfer. And you told me you started playing golf when you was in Chicago,
I was
right?
in Chicago, right.
So-
Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc. I went to a golf event with them the first like 2 days I was in Chicago. Only thing I ever picked up a club before that was I took an Arnold Palmer class at Wake Forest.
Had a class. I still thought that was a drink.
Nah, I took a. I still thought it was a drink.
I still thought that was a drink. I didn't know this man had a class. No disrespect, Mr. Palmer. I'm just saying.
But he went to Wake Forest, so I took his golf class, and they taught us the grip and all that. So from then on out, I thought I can golf. You know, I went with to that event with Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, and I was garbage, bro.
Not worse than me.
I was garbage, bro. They was making me pick up my ball. You know what I mean? Like get back in the car like I was a child or something. I was no good with that. My mentality clicked in again. I was like, I'm gonna be the best at golfing. I'm gonna be the best at golfing. Yo, golfing can make you miss your perspective of what's real. You know what I mean? Like, yo, basketball was the real deal. Like, you supposed to be putting in extra shots, getting in extra work, whatever. I'm over here trying to get my chip game right.
No, that's real, bro. That's real, and it's time consuming. Like I tell people all the time, because me, I want to get better at golf, but I tell people all the time, you got to make time to play golf. If you think you just gonna have time at some point throughout your week, you're gonna run around and like, okay, I get an hour to go hit at the golf. No, you got to make time to play golf. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get somewhat good at it, you got to make time and put the time aside to actually play golf.
Yeah, I feel like if you ain't putting no time in golf and you just going sporadically or once a month, like. You should go and have fun. You shouldn't even get tight when you hit a bad shot for real. You know what I mean?
That don't work for me, JJ.
You don't practice. If you don't practice on something, how you expect the shot to be good?
But why not when you go back? You won't just be a little bit better than you was last time. That's what it's just a tad bit better than I was last time. That's working reverse for me. I'd be a tad bit worse than I was last time. That drive me crazy, dog. Like I'm consistently inconsistent on the golf course.
I'm telling you, that's how it works. I can miss 2 days and be terrible the next day.
You know when the best time I had when we went out there, when it was remember when it was the pandemic?
Yeah.
And me, you, and KO went out there?
Yeah,
man, by hole number 9, I was seeing doubles. By hole number 9, I was seeing doubles. That's the best time I had at the golf course since. I ain't had a time like that since, dog. And that's when I knew you was real with this shit. And I'm thinking I'm finna invite you and KO, and I'm finna be the vet, and y'all kick my motherfucking ass out there.
Nah, we put in pain though. KO was good.
KO was nice with that.
Like,
shout out Kelly Olynyk, man.
Yeah. Kelly Olynyk.
Backwards hat with everything.
Yeah.
At the golf course.
Everything.
Wronged in them. They ain't care. So now the golf thing is one thing, but what else that people don't know about you? Like, tell me something that people don't know about JJ. Like, I didn't know you played golf until I saw you play golf, but what else people don't know about JJ, man? What's something that you could tell me that people don't know about you?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yo, I'm pretty private when it comes to like.
I could tell people one thing.
Like,
he got a big heart. Yeah, he tough as nails and he'll kick your ass, but he got a big heart. That's one thing I know about you. You got a big heart, bro. If somebody's your family or your friend, or you consider somebody a family or a friend, bro, you'll give them the shirt off your back. I've literally probably seen you do that.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I've probably seen you do that. Is that from growing up in a household with eight siblings, 7 siblings, or is that just where did that come from? Where that big ass heart come from, bro?
I think that from my mother always telling me to act good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real, like I just want everybody to understand the same thing that Jim Carrey said, like, you can have millions of dollars and it don't make you happy. You know what I mean? So, like, I live by that. So, if this shirt gonna make you happy and you think you're gonna be a better person, you can take it for real.
Yeah. And another thing people don't know about you, you can break dance.
Oh, I'm sick with that.
Well,
I used to be so cold. That was another thing. Like, me and my brother,
break dance.
That was my mom's era. That's
really?
What I'm saying. What? My mom used to pop and lock and all that. And we used to always looking like, yo, I'm trying to learn how to do that. Yeah, she used to always be like, and then we seen, we seen video. Oh, yeah.
Bang. Oh,
look here, watch this. The windmill. This was with, I mean, if I would have had my boogie clothes
that
on,
B-boy.
it different. Yeah. Yo, I used to be looking Earl on that.
Yo, that's electric.
Look how young we was, bro.
That's that electric boogaloo turbo ozone right there, boy.
What you know about electric boogaloo?
What you mean? I'm older than you, JJ. What you mean? You think I don't know turbo ozone, boy?
See, that's what I'm saying. I grew up watching that too, like Break It Too, electric boogaloo. Yeah, all those was like, bro.
So moms used to break?
Mom used to break dance, man.
So pretty much your parents, everything they did, you, your brothers, y'all just picked it up. Like, you kind of like.
We just amplified it.
Yeah.
We just amplified it.
That's love, man. That's love. Yeah. So now, your time in Miami. how would you classify your time in Miami? Because I know for me, you know, when you came in, I had seen a guy that has been on a couple different teams, but my mind said, this nice.
Right.
Like, he's nice. Like, I remember the dunk that you had on Drummond in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I know the skill set when I see it. Somebody 6'8" can handle, you know what I'm saying, can shoot, can make plays with the ball. So I see all these things from the Heat side, but you ain't with the Heat yet. So I'm always wondering, why does he keep moving around? Now when you come to the Heat, I get an opportunity to meet you. And my first thing is, you know how it is with guys that got the same mindset as me. I look at you like I look at myself, man, and I see a lot of myself in you. So I'm saying to myself, we got to figure it out. Whatever we got to do, we got to figure it out. I don't care if it's with the Miami Heat or with another team. Put that money in your pocket, put that food on the table for your family, dog. So when you get to the Miami Heat, what was different at the Heat than you being anywhere else? Because the switch clicked. You know what I'm saying? You went from a guy who, you know, guys were probably saying, we don't know, to a guy who was highly recruited and highly looked after you came to the Heat. And a lot of people wanted that guy, that JJ.
Right. I think just you know the Heat, you know the character of the office up there. It's like they won't let you settle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what gives everybody a different mindset. It's almost an encouraging mindset of they're not gonna let me settle. And that requires you to be the best you can be. And if that ain't good enough, at least you was the best you could be. You know what I mean? And give it a shot instead of, oh man, if I'd have did this or if I could have did this, I would have been more successful. But that's not what it is over there. It's like, yo, you over a little bit on this, you got this discipline. You're not doing this right, you got this discipline. And it's all self-love or coming from a good place if you take it the right way. You know what I mean? But I knew I was going to have a successful career there for what it was, you know what I mean? Off the strength of you. There was a story when D Wade, I don't know if you remember this, but I'm guarding D Wade and we're in Toronto. I'm playing with the Raptors at the time. And I'm guarding D Wade and he's playing with the ball up top. And he hit me in the forehead with that joint and then tried to sweep by. When he did that, I kind of like foul scraped his eyes and I saw you got up. And like, you was like, nah, we ain't playing that. And you know what I mean? You took that role on like, nah, Jay, now you got to see me. Yeah. Forget D Wade, John. I'm like, man, I need that. So, you know, that's the first time I met you. I'm like, it's the OG. And you told me everything you just said right here, right now. You know what I mean? And just give you a different kind of encouragement, man, for real. It's like, same thing I tell all the other guys, you know, Obi, Tyrese, you know what I mean? A lot of the things that you preached to me and got me through dark days and stuff like that, I definitely share all that with them, man, for real. So, you know what I mean? All the credit I'm getting for being the OG or the guy that put a battery in the team back or whatever the case may be, like, really all came from you, for real.
I mean,
like,
I tell people all the time, bro, and I appreciate that, but, I mean, you had to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't make you listen. You had to listen, and I appreciate that. But I tell people all the time, like, people don't have to do it my way. You know what I'm saying? Some people are way more talented than me. But if I can get 14 or 15 other guys to embody my mindset, you know what I'm saying, to think how I think, to approach the game how I approach the game, to never settle, to never give up, you know what I'm saying, never quit, always push to be their best version and get that extra 1%. If I can get 14 other guys to do that with the talent that they already have, you know what I'm saying, with the history of the game that they already have, that they're bringing to the table, then that's how you move the needle. You know what I'm saying? So you being able to do that in our locker room, I see that. I see you being able to move the needle in that Indiana locker room, dog. So I commend you on that. So talk about being in Indiana right now with, you know, Hallenberg and, you know, all these young guys, you know, Obi, you know, shout out Obi, Dayton, Coach Grant, you know what I'm saying?
Nimhard, you got TJ McConnell.
Nice with it. Nice with it.
Miles Turner. Listen, man, we got a group that is really dedicated to winning, and that's it. And it's crazy that, you know what I mean, you could say that in this day and age of an age where people think that scoring the ball is the only thing that wins chips. You know what I mean? But these kids really want to work. Kids and me, but men, these men really want to work. And they really want to win, and they really work with the right purpose for the right reasons. And that's what you see when you play against the Indiana Pacers, man. You see an off day full of everybody in the gym. You know what I mean?
That's how it should be. You hear that, kids at home, an off day, everybody in the gym.
Yeah, so
they didn't even have real jobs, and they be saying, off day, oh, it's my day off. Off from what?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
What you off from?
Off from your own dream.
Yeah, you cut your dream off. cut your dream off. You want to be off, all right?
Yeah, nah. So like I said, it's just easy to rock with these dudes that really embody winning and working hard. So you know what I mean. All that confidence they got, all that swag they possess, and all that don't come from me being on the bench. That definitely comes from their work ethic, for real.
Yeah, but their mindset.
Yeah, their mindset.
They mindset. Yeah. We don't give a fuck who you are.
No, we don't.
We don't care about the hype. We get in between these lines for 48 minutes. We're going to close the door and we're going to lock your ass in. And the best man coming out. You know how my mindset always was. You know how my mindset always was. I don't give a fuck what the papers say. I don't give a fuck where you was drafted. I don't give a fuck what your mama feel.
Right.
Once I get your ass in between these lines for 48 minutes, can't nobody help you.
Yeah, you go in a room with another person, I believe you coming out.
Except for you, JJ. I'm going to go throw a knife like Mom's. I'm going to throw a knife like Mom's.
You're still coming out.
So now, the playoffs, because I'm sitting at home and I'm watching, you know what I'm saying? And, it didn't go the way you guys hoped it would go. But you gained some experience, which is, priceless. It's a lot of those guys' first time being in that situation and getting there that far. And I personally know, and you know how intimidating and how the Boston crowd can be effective, especially in a playoff series. So what you telling those guys when you walk into Boston for game one?
I'm telling what every leader got to start with is, it's just us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ain't nobody coming to save us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Giving that speech. But like I said, we got Pascal, we got Tyrese Halliburton.
Man,
them dudes
I
just
forgot
leading
Pascal.
by example.
That was a hell of a move.
Them boys
too,
leading
Indiana.
by example. Man.
Yeah.
So, I don't got to say much, but just being in that atmosphere, I didn't feel like we was at a disadvantage. You know what I mean? Playing against the team we was playing as good as Boston is, I didn't feel like we was at a disadvantage.
I mean, that series could have easily went the other way if game one go a different way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had a couple opportunities.
Game
you know
one
what I'm
go
saying?
a different way.
Yeah.
Game two, they did what they were supposed to do, being experienced and all that, being there before. But game three, game four, I still feel like those was our games. You know what I mean? But it was our first time, or a lot of our guys, their first time in a conference final, let alone playoffs.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I tilt my hat to them guys for real. I definitely do. And like I said, we're definitely encouraged.
And you use that. That's the times where you always remember that, and that drive your whole summer. That's you lose sleep over, and that's drive your whole summer until you get back to that point. Like, that's the people don't talk about. Everybody want to talk about when you ride up and down the goddamn street with the trophy in your hand, and everybody out there parade and beer and all that. Nobody want to talk about those sleepless nights when you don't win that, and when you wake up in the morning and the season over. And you don't know what to do with yourself for a week.
Vacation
you're literally depressed for a week.
Yeah, vacation don't hit the same. You know, 82 games, you got another one. That's what you say. When you
people don't talk about that.
You got another one, but when you get taken off, done, those hurt.
Yeah, people don't talk about that. Tell me about Spo. What's Spo? I have my relationship with Spo, man, and obviously Spo is not just like a coach to me, but like a brother to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But talk about Spo and your relationship with Spo, man. And I consider Spo one of the real ones because, it's not my way or the highway type thing. He'll really try to meet you in the middle as a coach.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll really go out his way as a coach to try to meet you in the middle if he knows that can bring the best out of you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So just tell me, like, your interpretation on Spo.
He's a philosopher.
Yes, he is.
You know what I mean?
I learned so many words from Spo I ain't know. I had no clue what those words meant until Spo said them. Thank you.
Exactly.
Shout out, Spo.
Shout out, Spo. I still got some of the words in my vocab.
Man.
Too. Nah, but definitely a philosopher, a psychologist, a therapist.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He's all those things wrapped up in a coach's tag, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But but just super smart. Like I said, another person that won't let you settle, but not even physically, but mentally won't let you mentally settle.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And as you said, meet you halfway. We can be in film, and he'd be like, you guys want me to figure it out? You guys gonna figure it out?
Yeah, you hate that. She hate when he say that. Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but he really putting the onus on you as a locker room, as a team.
Exactly, as a whole team.
Like, this is your season. What do you want?
Yeah, there is no backdooring, none of that on a team like that, because he makes everybody call to the forefront for real. Like, everybody, all right, I feel weakness in this group. Practice is going to be a huddle, and someone's going to sit in the middle and explain how they feel, how they giving it up, or what they need to do to get better, or what somebody else needs to do to get better. Yeah. And now everybody's sitting in that joint tensed up like, damn.
Hell yeah.
I hope this boy don't say nothing crazy. Yeah.
Hey, listen, for people at home, our film sessions are very honest.
Very.
Our film sessions are it's honesty hour. And you got to take that. You got to take that because, like you said, he's not trying to let you settle. We ain't trying to let you settle. That's just frowned upon. Settling is frowned upon. Just be honest.
Exactly. Settling is just not a word even used in that organization. So
you got it, and you need to what's that shit they do? Patent this phrase. Fake gym rats. You the one started that fake gym rats. You need to patent that, Johnson, man. We had this thing, and JJ started it called fake gym rats, man. What's check for the people at home? Can you tell them what a fake gym rat is?
That's them dudes that, you know what I mean, they might have a good game. Next day after practice, they in the gym. They have a bad game. Next day after practice, they out with practice.
They ain't in the gym, and they posting all their workouts.
Exactly.
And they posting all their workouts.
All their workouts. You know what I mean? So when things going good, they in the gym. When it's not, they're not in the gym. You know what I mean? Those are fake gym rats.
Fake ass gym rats.
You should be in that joint regardless.
People don't know also, man, when you got to the Miami Heat, they challenge you, you know, on your physical appearance and your weight and getting in great shape, and you transform your body. Like, I remember that because you asked me for the chef, Raul, my chef, and now you still use Raul today.
I still got
and
Raul.
You transform your.
Hey man, we shouting out a lot, man.
Shout out Raul, man. Shout out Raul for doing this thing. Been my chef for 20 years in the league, and you been JJ chef, but you transform your body like it was amazing. The transformation was crazy.
Right.
Like, how many pounds? Like, how much weight you lost?
35.
35,
40 pounds. Yeah, it was lost a midget for real.
You still doing the same diet? You still on the paleo?
Still paleo, yeah, exactly.
So that's a lifestyle now.
Yeah, it's the lifestyle, but I go travel places I've never been or whatever. I'm gonna try they dish or whatever. So
that's what's up.
But yeah, any other time I'm pretty disciplined with that.
And I know one more thing people don't know about you. I was a witness. When you called me to be a witness, when you went down to the courthouse.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that? That was an honor for me, bro.
No, I appreciate that.
That was an honor for me.
It was an honor for us as well. So, you know what I mean? Real big bro, real OG, man, was there for all the success.
Yeah, man, my man called me to be a witness when he went down to the courthouse,
right,
you know, with the wifey and did his thing, man, and it was an honor for me and the wife to be there for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I consider, you know, real brotherhood. And I think what people don't understand is, whether it's with the Miami Heat or somewhere, like, that brotherhood is always going to be maintained, and that brotherhood is always going to be, you know, part of our overall makeup. It's not just about being with the Miami Heat, man. I still keep in touch with Max. I still keep in touch with Gabe. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk every day, but I still reach out to these guys every now and then just to make sure that everybody good. You know, Weezy's still like a brother, even though he with the Heat now. He's always been like a brother, you know what I'm saying? Right. So those relationships, we maintain those forever, regardless of the game of basketball.
It was always bigger than basketball, especially in them trenches in that locker room. You know what I mean? Like you said, everything was super honest. Film session was time to either have integrity or
man, listen,
or get barked at. Like, it was, man.
Talk about the year where we started out 11-30 and then finished the year 30-11.
That was one of the
crazy. Remember how that year turned around for us, and we was the hottest team in the league the second half of the year?
We was the hottest team on the planet.
We was
the hottest team on the planet. So many injuries and bounce backs and people playing through. Like, it was one of those years where, like, when we was done with that year, bro, I dropped tears. I dropped real tears after that last game against the Wizards.
Man.
Because you know how this business is, like, a lot of us never going to play with each other again.
Exactly.
Paul, like, we all going to go our separate ways maybe after this unless they decide, like, nah, we got to run that back or we got to see that again.
Exactly.
And we was fortunate enough to get that for a couple more years. So
Nah, we did. And we
know
spent that time together off the court, man, training together and just
Right.
trying to get back to that again because we had that feeling. We got so close to know that we had the capability of being that good. That
Right.
did something for our team.
it was, like I said, man, everybody on that team, and I got the utmost respect and love for always.
Yeah, man. So it was a hell of a run. So now with things that, you're doing, obviously, you're still in Indiana, but off the court. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a little older now.
Right.
And some of your interests and the things that are interesting to you, the things that you care about, it changes as you get older. You know what I'm saying? Your focus shifts just a little bit. That don't mean you don't still love basketball.
Right.
That don't mean you don't still want to impact the locker room. That don't mean you don't still want to win a ring. But just your focus shift a little bit. So how is that for you mentally? How is your focus starting to shift a little bit? You starting to see things differently and get into other things business-wise?
Yeah, of course, you got different endeavors you try to jump into, and those are all like when the universe want to bring that to me, I'm going to take it. But until then, I'm going to keep on doing my homework on it, getting more knowledgeable on the subject.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things like that. Sharpening up my tools so when it's time and it's time for me to obtain those things, I'll be ready for it. So, I've been dabbling a little bit. A lot of things that's like, I don't want to say too much about right now, but like when that time hits, I'll definitely do another
Stay
OG.
ready so you ain't got to get ready.
Absolutely.
Stay
But
ready,
I
you
definitely
ain't
do
gotta get
another OG pod, you know what I mean? Just to reference what I was talking about now. But like, yeah, I got a lot of slick stuff, you know what I mean, going on right now that I had to shift my mindset for. But now that I'm going back to the Pacers, it's like,
That's what's up.
you know what I mean? I'm still doing this. I'm still giving my 100 to this basketball thing and trying to win a ring either way I can. You know what I mean? Any role I can. You know what I mean? So
y'all still play ones over there? Cause you need to know you nice with it. Y'all still getting to it over there spots? Three dribbles?
Listen, man. They know. They know. Hey,
Yeah.
They know that this is why it makes
That's
it easier
what
for them
we
to
did.
listen to me for it. Nah, I'm just joking, but. Nah, always playing ones. I'm always playing defense like you always did.
Yeah.
Bro, I used to have a terrible game. I won't ever forget, right after practice, OG like, come on, we're playing ones. I'm like, what? He's like, we're playing one. I'm only all defense. I'm like, you're not going to play no offense?
I don't
like,
want to play offense. I just want to get a stop.
Exactly. He just wanted to win by getting stops. And, that's what I inherited, and that's what I do. So I still win games if we have to, but I try to keep as much confidence rolling in the young dudes as possible.
It irritates them more when you get a stop on them than you making a shot. When you get a stop on them, you talk that shit, and you feel like and then you tell her you locking that shit, it makes them more frustrated than it do if you can make a shot on them.
Yeah, but part of our role is trying to secure their confidence as well. So
Yeah, then you insecure in their confidence. If you can score on me, you can score on anybody.
Yeah, right. I'm not letting none of them young boys settle at all. So they know it. I'm strapping all that. You can't do that on me. Don't try it in the game.
Exactly. So favorite city, because you've been with Miami, you've been Indiana, Toronto, Dallas, Memphis.
Yep, Memphis.
Favorite city. Favorite place to play out of all those. Favorite team you played for. Let's put all that together. Favorite team you played for, favorite city.
My favorite team I played for, like when we was in the trenches, I was playing with that. Always got to be the Heat.
Yeah.
It would always have to be that time where we turned it around, went 30, 31-11 or something like that.
Hell yeah.
That would always have to be, you know what I mean? Because I was a big part of that. But
The huge part.
yeah, but city-wise, it's always going to be the Garden. Playing in the Garden in New York City is always going to be the funnest
Mecca.
place to play basketball.
That's
man.
what's up.
Yeah,
That's where you got the family and everybody at.
right.
Real quick though, I know you want to just touch on your Dallas, run. How was that with Luka?
Man, so listen, you remember when we was playing with Dragon? Dragons in Miami.
Yeah.
So he was telling him once they drafted Luke, he was like, he's gonna be the best player.
I remember that.
You remember that? We were sitting together talking.
Yes,
yeah.
I remember that.
He was like, he's gonna be one of the best. I'm like, yeah, right. Because I'm like, how tall is he? Because now he starts to measure him up to me, and I'm like, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, he came down. I think Rick had him at the 4 at the time. He was playing the 4-man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and his game. He didn't have no good games at the 4. And then we was talking to Dragon again. I'm like, I thought you said your man's was nice. What's good? He was like, nah, he is nice. He's just not playing his right position. Boom. Once Rick put him at the 1, that man went wow. It had like 4 triple doubles in a row, and they were like 30-point games. I was like, yo, your boy's a maestro. But he was doing something. I was like, yo, that's definitely different. But then you get to practice and realize like how cool and down to earth and you know what I mean, how he takes basketball as a business, but don't let basketball be who he is. Pretty much. So it's like it's good. It's refreshing to see. Like it was like the D Rose to me. You know what I mean? It was like the Tyrese Halliburtons to me. It was like you wouldn't know it. You know what I'm saying? By the way they carry
people and the way they act.
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be. The strong move silent. Weak star rights. So, yeah, for sure. I didn't think about that. Carlisle was the coach in Dallas around that time.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And he the coach now in Indiana.
Right.
So you got a good relationship with Carlisle.
I do.
That's what's up.
Man. Yeah, I really respect Rick Carlisle. Another savant of the game, knows his details in and out, won't let you settle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Things like that. You know, back in Dallas, it was a different approach for him, but the way he was able to adjust to this new day and age of basketball and basketball players has been cool. It's been cool to see both sides, you know what I mean?
I know he was smart enough to make that call when Udonis ran in there and took that basketball out that locker room.
I was trying to tell you, he's a smart coach.
Yeah, I know he was smart enough to make that. That made me almost make that call. Hey, man, where JJ at, man? What's going on? What we doing here, man? Don't you ever run in another
like
team
I
locker
said,
room.
the universe provides perfect timing. I was chilling, you know what I mean?
So, man, I appreciate you coming on, dog. We got some fan questions, but I have a question. Before we get to the fan questions, I have a question.
Yeah.
And I believe it because I seen you, but I know this is a real motherfucker. So now, we get technical. Your hands is crazy, but you would have to work on your wrestling part. But you believe that if you was to train, you could jump back in there with Jon Jones and them boys.
I truly believe that. I'm not just...
My man ain't hesitate.
I'm not just talking just to rap. Like I said, I've been doing this my whole life. Like, real training would really be for that groundwork. But as far as standing up and fighting, I feel like I got an advantage.
I remember, God rest his soul, I remember I used to...
Rumble.
I used to go to the games. I used to go to the matches to see Cormier and Rumble, Daniel Cormier and Rumble. And I could never understand why Rumble couldn't beat Daniel. Because Daniel used to always take it to the mat. He was never trying to throw hands with Rumble. God rest his soul, man. Rumble was a cool dude, man. Came out to some Heat games. I used to go watch him fight. We developed a relationship over the time. Humble brother. I never knew he was even ill. He never spoke on his health. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, what happened. So, but I always wondered, why he couldn't beat Daniel. It's because Daniel used to always take that to the ground. He was never trying to throw hands with Rumble.
That's Olympic groundwork too. So that ain't just normal groundwork.
It was crazy because I don't know if Rumble ever beat him. I don't think the 2 times I think they fought, I went to both of them and Rumble never was able to beat him.
That's the thing. And Jones's ground game is so nice. He can always get out, pick Kwame back up.
So that's
leg sweep him, have him spinning. Man, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So fans questions. Let's see. Hey, listen, man. Don't be DMing me with that.
On me.
And talking that. These are fan questions. I'm just speaking of what the people saying. Favorite play as a Miami Heat or a memorable stretch month while he was there and why? I can already tell you that was when we went 30-11 and we just ran through the league and we was the best team on the planet right there. So I can tell you that right now. Next, what's the craziest story you have being in the NBA?
Craziest story I could tell.
Story you could tell. You know how that
craziest story I could tell.
We gonna keep that shit on the low. Yeah, we don't talk about that.
You know what I mean? There was a hotel. There was a hotel in OKC. The Scurvy.
I remember that.
I swear that boy haunted.
I remember that story.
You hear me? That thing is...
Man, listen. That's when you and Tyler slept in the same room? You and Tyler Johnson?
Nah, I went to the other hotel.
You went to the other hotel?
Yeah,
Who was that who shared the room? Was that Tyler shared the room?
No, this is D. Rose.
Oh, this is when you was with Chicago?
Yeah, I was with Chicago. It was my first year. It was my first year. And we get back from eating dinner, and I opened the door to my room, and then like D. Rose like couple of rooms down or whatever. He opened up his, all his shit is flipped over. All the furniture, all that's upside down, everything.
I mean, I heard it was haunted, but I ain't.
My man slid. No, I don't listen. At the time, like, think about, you gotta understand who D. Rose was, especially the Chicago basketball. You get what I'm saying? Like, so no one's just going in there and playing with this man like that.
Hell no.
You get what I'm saying? That like maybe me flip my stuff up. I'm a rookie. Things like that. Taj Gibson, he a rookie at the time. Flip his stuff up. You know what I mean? But nah, mine was fine. It was
only D Rose shit got flipped over.
That was it. So my man, like, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? You could take the my room. You could take the bed. I sleep on the floor. He was like, nah, it's your room. I'll sleep on the floor. I'm like, you D Rose, gang. Like,
yo,
get on the bed. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna play
was.
I ain't gonna play no minutes. So yo, won't forget it. Like, boom, did that. Soon as it was a little bit of daytime or late, he was gone. I ain't even, you know what I mean? I woke up to go to shoot around. He was already out of there doing his thing. But yo, that was one of the wildest, and like that me shook.
No, they say that's haunted for real. Like when we used to go to OKC, like I remember Push used to go. He used to. I don't know if it was Push and Rich Kid, but they used to sleep in the same room. They were like,
I think it was Jay Rich and Tyler.
Yeah, they was like, yeah, f that. We ain't doing that.
Bro, every time I went to OKC, I always went right up the block to that little hotel up there.
Yeah, man.
Until we started staying elsewhere, but
yeah, I was always one of those guys where I ain't believe in that ghost. I always was like, yeah, the ghost got a better chance of going to somebody else's room than mine.
I ain't believe
this ain't the room you want to. This ain't the room you want to come in, Mr. Ghost Man.
I ain't believe none of that till his shit was
Ghostbuster for your ass. Do not come your ass in here. Listen, don't bring your ass in here. This is not the room for you, Jack. I got holy water and crosses and everything else over here. Don't come in here with that.
Ain't no kick punching, no ghost.
So yeah, man. But I appreciate you, bro, man. I know you got a lot of things going. You know, I know you got, family. Your family's growing. Your village is growing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you and your beautiful wife, man. So I thank you for taking the time, dog. I appreciate you because I know you don't do this often. You only with the real, so it's an honor, brother. Thank you, man.
The honor's mine, man.
Love is love, like you always say, my nigga. Love is love. So, yeah, that's what we do. You know, when we do tap hands, we tap our heart. That's not something we just doing. That's love is love. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing that since he was with the Heat, so we don't always do that.
That's a fact.
Yes, sir. OG's out.